Okay, now let's say for the wrapper, I want the everything in, and everything is wrapped. Everything is within that wrapper ID. That's the like the master division that includes the header, navigation, everything in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the width as 760 pixel, and I'm going to put a border. I'm going to put 1 pixel border around everything, a solid border. Let's put say silver border all the way around it. And let's actually, just to make this really stand out, 5 pixel, let's do red. Okay. And see how that made it 760 pixel and put a red border around it. Okay. Now I'm gonna use what's called a margin. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain what margin and padding means, but just follow with me for now. I'm gonna say on the top and the bottom, put 0 pixel on the margin, and then here put it automatically, which it will just put it right in the middle. Okay. And let's say I want this to be, instead 1 pixel, I want that to be solid silver. Okay. Okay, there it is. And see how all of this is just right close to the border? Let's say I want to put some space between the border. And let's say on the, and so that's called the padding. And let's say I want to put, let's say 20 pixel on the top, 20 pixel padding on the top, 5 pixel on the right, 50 pixel on the bottom, and then 35 pixel on the left. So that's top, right, bottom, left. It goes clockwise. If I do that, save it. See? So on the top, it put 20 pixel. On the right, it put 5 pixel. On the bottom, it put 50 pixel. Here, it put 35 pixel. Okay? But let's say instead of all that, I only want to put 5 pixel all the way around. And then it does it. Okay? 5 pixel might be a little bit too small, so let's do 10 pixel. Okay, so sounds good. We put a wrapper. Now for the header, let's say I want the height to be 150 pixel. Okay, and maybe, and sometimes just to be able to see what is exactly covered by a header, I do something like this. Okay, so that's 150 pixel, and that may be too much, so let's instead do 100. Okay, that looks good enough. So let's make this. Okay, now the natural order is for everything to go from top to bottom, left to right. Okay, and now we're gonna change some of that. Okay, so now let's go to nav, and nav, let's just leave that one. But let's say the links that are in the division nav, I want that to be, I want all that color to be black. That turned black. And I don't want, hold on, I want it to be bold, and I want the font size to be 15 pixel. There it is. Okay. And no, color black is not good. Let's do purple. Okay. I don't like purple. Let's do orange. And yeah, okay, let's do orange, and let's make that really big. Okay, so now see how each of that is really close to each other? Margin basically means before you put one with the other, I want it to be separated by certain space. So that's what margin means. So what I'm going to say is, before you put me with another anything, on the top, I can be as close as 0 pixel to something else, but on the left and on the right, I want to be separated by at least 25 pixels because I need some privacy. So there it is. Okay. All right. And let's also do it so that none of it is text decorated. And that will remove the underline. What I will also say is here, when someone places their mouse over, so H:hover, I want the color to change to green. And I want the text decoration to be underlined. And there it is.